around 4 flicks. In this video, we're talking about the top 10 most bone-chilling fantasy shows that will take your breath away. These aren't your typical fantasy stories. These tales boldly explore places that others dare not go, packed with unexpected twists, enduring characters, and uncharted worlds that will stay with you long after the video ends. Let's now begin the video. Number 10. AGATHA All Along, 2024. It is a dark fantasy series that centers on the notorious witch Agatha Harkness, who recovers her freedom with the help of an enigmatic goth teenager. Intrigued by his request, Agatha sets out on the legendary witch's road trials in an attempt to recover her abilities and learn the reasons behind the teenager's actions set in the city of Westview. The show follows Agatha's journey as she creates a desperate coven and confronts old rivals while navigating the magical gauntlet of trials. The show explores the themes of power, redemption, and the intricacies of witchcraft. The show expertly combines elements of dark fantasy, action, and drama to create an enjoyable and immersive viewing experience. Number 9. The Wheel of Time, 2021. The Wheel of Time takes place in a high fantasy world where time is cyclical and centers on Moiraine Damodred, a member of a powerful group of women known as the Aes Sedai. She sets out on a quest in search of the predicted Dragon Reborn, a person with the ability to either protect or destroy the entire world. Moiraine thinks the Dragon Reborn could be one of 5 young villagers from the isolated town of Emond's Field, but she is uncertain who among them it could be. The group faces many challenges as they navigate a large and deadly world, including evil forces headed by the enigmatic evil known as the Dark One, who wants to destroy time itself. The Wheel of Time is an epic story about magic, adventure, and complicated relationships that takes place in a world that is both visually stunning and captivating. Number 8. House of the Dragon, 2022. Number 7. Renegade NELL, 2024. Renegade NELL is an epic fantasy series that takes place in 18th century England and centers on Nell Jackson, a bold and intelligent young woman who was falsely accused of murder. She becomes a well-known criminal after being forced to escape with her 2 sisters. Her life takes a dramatic turn when a magical sprite named Billy Blind tells her that she has a bigger destiny than she ever could have imagined. As Nell makes her way through her new existence, she meets historical personalities like Queen and becomes involved in the political conflicts of the time. However, with the help of Billy, Nell discovers that her destiny is no coincidence. The show explores themes of justice, bravery, and fate, while fusing fantasy and historical events in a world that feels extremely realistic. Number 6. The Vampire Diaries, 2009-17. The show revolves around a teenage girl named Elena Gilbert whose life takes a dramatic turn after the tragic deaths of her parents. She enters a mystical world when she encounters 2 vampire brothers, Stefan and Damon Salvatore, who are centuries old and have opposing personalities. Elena is caught in a love triangle and struggles to choose between the sinister, chaotic Damon and the good-hearted Stefan. Throughout the series, Elena and her friends encounter threats from vampires, werewolves, witches, and other supernatural beings while dealing with the difficulties of high school and early adulthood. As her relationship with Stefan Salvatore deepens, Elena discovers secrets about their pasts and realizes that her own existence has a strong connection to the magical world. The series has interesting plot twists and likable characters, which makes it enjoyable. Number 5. The Magicians, 2015-20. It is a fantasy television series that is based on the trilogy of novels of the same name by Lev Grossman and centers on Quentin Coldwater, a university student who learns that the magical world he read about as a child is real and deadly. He studies magic with his buddies Alice, Elliot, Margot, and Penny at Brakebills University. However, as they confront dangers from the magical world of Fairy, Quentin's childhood friend Julia, who is rejected by Brakebills, takes a dangerous path by joining hedge witches. Throughout the series, they fight against spirits, magical monsters, and personal difficulties while trying to protect both the magical and human worlds. The show explores themes of power, identity, and the results of one's decisions, appealing to fans of complex storylines and fantasy adventure. Number 4. The Witcher, 2019. It is a fantasy drama series that is based on Andrzej Sapkowski's book series and centers on Geralt of Rivia, a solitary monster hunter, who struggles to find his place in a world where people often prove more wicked than monsters and beasts. The story also centers on Ciri, a young princess with a mysterious destiny, and Yennefer of Vengerberg, a powerful sorceress who experiences a dramatic transformation. The show explores the intertwined destinies of these three people and takes place on a continent with a medieval ambience. Geralt struggles with his profession and personal life, while Ciri's departure from political instability and Yennefer's background influence their destinies. The series is praised for its plot, character growth, and visuals, combining action-adventure and dark fantasy to create a unique experience in the genre. Number 3. Grimm, 2011-17. It is an American fantasy police procedural drama series that centers on Nick Burkhart, a Portland homicide detective who learns he is a Grimm, a descendant of guardians tasked with maintaining the peace between humans and mythological creatures known as Weezin. Nick must fight deadly creatures with the help of his partner Detective Hank Griffin and Weezin friend Monroe, as he makes his way through his new existence. Throughout the series, Nick learns mysteries about his ancestry and the Grimm history while he solves horrific crimes and defends his loved ones. The show delves into themes of identity, responsibility, and the conflict between good and evil, making it a must-watch for fans of the genre. Number 2. The Originals, 2013-18. It is a spin-off of the Vampire Diaries set in New Orleans and centers on the Michelson family, the first vampires in history. As they make their way back to the city they helped create, the family consists of Elijah, Klaus, and Rebecca. They are each struggling with their own complicated pasts and relationships. Klaus, a werewolf and vampire hybrid, is particularly concerned about maintaining his power while navigating the volatile connection between the city's supernatural and human communities. As the family struggles to regain control, they must face difficulties from both enemies and allies, including vampires, werewolves, and powerful witches. The show captivates viewers by creating a compelling story about family survival and the value of eternal life. Honorable mention: Sleepy Hollow, 2013-17. The show centers on Ichabod Crane, who has been returned to life and travels back 250 years through time as he teams up with contemporary Abby Mills in order to solve a mystery involving the Founding Fathers. They fight together against supernatural powers that pose a threat to Sleepy Hollow. Siren, 2018-20. The show centers on Rin, an enigmatic girl who arrives in Bristol Cove, a seaside town famous for its mermaid myths. Her presence turns the town upside down as she searches for her kidnapped sister, sparking a conflict between mermaids and humans. True Blood, 2008-14. The show centers on Sookie Stackhouse, a telepathic waitress in Bontemps, Louisiana, as she navigates a world where vampires emerge from the coffin because of the synthetic blood. Sookie's life takes a dramatic turn when she falls in love with vampire Bill Compton, leading to exciting supernatural adventures. Number 1. Sweet Home, 2020-24. It is an apocalyptic horror series that centers on Cha Hyun-soo, a high school student who becomes a solitary after loses his entire family in a terrible accident. He wants to commit suicide after moving into the rundown apartment complex called Green Home, but his plans are interrupted as terrifying creatures begin to appear and threaten humankind. Hyun-soo and the other inhabitants of Green Home must join together in order to survive the assault of these dreadful creatures. As they struggle for survival, they discover the sinister truth about the terrifying transformations and the actual nature of the danger they are facing. Sweet Home received praise from critics and viewers because of its captivating story, endearing characters, and breathtaking visual effects. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel to view future videos about suggested movies and television shows.